Welcome back into a brand new episode of Tribal Council Chat. As always, we are your hosts. My name is Bruce Heller,
And my name's Brett Ponell.
and let's dive in. Episode 7 of Survivor 49. What are your kind of overall thoughts on the episode?
Episode 7. Um, Fun episode, merge episode, which is always good. And now we're really gonna get to see how this game is gonna be played because we've had so many swaps that there's so many different alliances built. And one thing that we can be sure of is they cannot possibly all hold.
Yeah, and so with that in mind, player of the week, who do you got?
Player of the week for this week. It's the merge episode. She was everywhere. I have to go Savannah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go hmm, a bit of a different direction here
Yep.
with either I'm debating back and forth between Sage slash Steven, with them kind of completely having Uli fooled somehow.
Yeah.
So, because Uli thinks that Sage and Jawan are with them, but they're actually with Steven. So,
Yeah. Very true.
and that's kind of where the episode starts. We see Jawan talking about how he went to blend in with Uli at Merge, but really he and Steven and Sage want to take out Uli's top dogs,
Yep.
which is kind
Which
of
is
interesting.
kind of interesting. I don't. We'll see how well it goes for them. Something tells me with both of these early players being on 50 that it probably won't play out this easily, but they certainly have a good strategy going forward.
It's worked well so far through one
Yeah.
vote.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But would
And
we call the person who went home Uli's top dogs? I think he was like Uli's BTO team.
yeah. And we haven't been doing this season, but our draft scorekeeper gave us an update this week.
I'm sure Bruce would love to share the update with you guys.
And
Why
my
would that
full
be?
I don't know if there's 6 people. We have a lot to get through. I could
Mhm.
brag about the fact that I'm in first place, but what I'm gonna point out is that Kevin is in last place score wise right now. I
Well,
don't
that's what
think he's
happens
been
when you draft the
mathematically
first dude in the
eliminated.
first round.
He has not been mathematically eliminated, but we have scores of 14 and a half, 15, 12, 15, and then 18 still. So his score will get better. I think you and Kyle, he said, are mathematically eliminated, but
Yeah,
I
sounds about right. But
I
hey,
forgot to list there. My score is 0, which isn't
he,
really the point. My point is for this is the third season now you and I have been specifically preying on someone's downfall. And I think it is upon us.
but hey, I might be mathematically eliminated, but the man, the myth, and the legend, RIZGOD baby, can still win this game.
True. I've got all 3 of my people still in. So
Nice.
I might have finally slayed the giant. We'll see. Unless they're the next 3 in a row to go out. Which, if there's a way to blow this lead that I have, I'm confident I'll find a way to do that. But
Fair enough.
we shall see. So, getting back in, since that arrived, back into the episode, since I got distracted there for a second with our draft update, we have boats arriving to camp.
We have boats, which is always a great thing if you're a survival player to see a boat coming to camp that's not telling one person to go on a journey and that instead you're actually gonna move into a new segment of the game where you're not only all on one beach but also this season we seem to see everyone that makes the merge is also a juror.
Yeah. Now, just for the record, because Thailand exists, I was going to make one Thailand reference about a boat at camp, but I'm going to make another reference You said all on one beach. That does not always guarantee a merge, as Sheehan learned by
That
flipping
is
to
very
the other
true.
tribe and then realizing tribes were still a thing and getting sent home by the tribe she flipped on.
I'll just imagine that Thailand is probably a better place for my upcoming tropical vacation than it is for Survivor.
You know, it's visually it's a great season. It's
Oh,
just story wise and cast other than like two people. It,
yeah.
it's a rough watch, but
There's
we
a few
fought
that
very
are
hard,
decent, but
and whichever tribe, either Soup Jai or Chewy Gone, that lost their boat in the middle of the night because it drifted off. Like it's got
imagine.
rough moments. It's just a bad season around the
I'm just
board.
imagining that they didn't find that boat and like somewhere someday that boat just washed up on the shore of like Somalia or Kenya. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a straight line across.
it's
It
I think it would have been funnier if they didn't find it, honestly.
would have been hilarious. You can't go to a challenge because you can't paddle there.
Yeah. So boats arrive at camp. The note says it's day 13 and the game is about to change. And we've
It's
hit
day
merge.
13.
And we're merging to Kele Beach,
Yep,
which
we are.
I think Kevin correctly predicted. I said I
I
didn't
thought so.
even I said it would be one of the other two because I thought they usually wanted the best beach for merges. But
When Jeff lets the players pick, they get the best one. When production picks, they usually get the worst one.
I had an idea while we were like at camp talking about which camp we were going to merge to.
Yep.
What if, because you know they have multiple beaches, it's not
Mhm.
just three. What if
Right.
at merge, all three tribes get sent to a completely new beach?
I mean, it's happened before.
Let's do that. That would be
Yeah,
interesting TV.
that would work.
Like when we would go from two tribes to three, and the
Rem-
third tribe has to build a whole new shelter. Let's have the merged tribe build a whole new shelter together.
Remember in the season that we used to always reference how Shapira and Mogo Mogo had to merge onto Saboga Beach?
Yeah, that beach had been used before, technically,
It
though.
was used before, but it was a completely horrible tribe that never won nothing, that had those shelter in ruins from a storm. So it was starting over.
Hey, it had a cool bunker.
That flooded out. I'm talking about the shelter after the bunker.
Oh, the bunker makes me laugh that they actually spent a night just in a hole in the sand.
Yep.
Freaking Rupert, man.
I'll still never stop laughing about the Survivor Israel.
Yeah,
Did I tell you about that one?
I don't think so.
You know the reward where they have like a local guy in the islands come out and teach you how to like build your camp
Yeah,
that they used to do in old school Survivor. Israeli Survivor did that, and then in new the losing tribe got a shelter built by Rupert. Rupert was on the show just for a guest appearance.
he came. Not only did he go on Israeli Survivor, he went on as a punishment.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened, but
I'll
Rupert
find the video
needed
to send
money
it to
there, I
you.
think.
I mean, or it was probably just a free trip to the South Pacific and a charitable cause.
Fair enough. That is
Maybe
such a random appearance, though.
maybe he needed extra money when he was running for governor of Indiana.
I forget about that too. If you ever meet him, you need to like print out a screenshot from that episode of Israeli Survivor and have that be what you have him sign.
That would be funny.
So going back to this episode, we find out we're merging at Kele Beach, and the three people that are at Kele Beach make it really awkward for some reason. And they're like, "Oh, should we go greet the people that are coming, like, or not?" Like they don't know what to do. Like every season when we merge, the group that's there goes and says hi to the people that comes in.
Yeah,
Why are you guys making this so awkward?
who knows?
But this was like a thing for some reason.
Somebody had to have been awkward about it, and no one wanted to make the first move.
Yeah. But they can like hear the red and yellow tribes arriving and
Yeah.
hear them, and they're like at the shelter, like, should we go? Should we not go? Like, duh, go. But we then see everyone's talking, everyone's getting to know each other. Sage and Joanne, of course, are asked by Uli why Shannon isn't there, but Steven is. And they start selling them that she kind of snapped and was turning on them and wanted to send Joanne home, which she did want to send Joanne home at some point. But they really start selling this.
But telling Uli, i.e., Savannah and everybody else following her, that you wanted to send Jawan home is not really a negative.
No, but they completely buy this that Shannon
Yeah,
was a problem.
they
And
do.
Savannah's even like buying it and telling us that it's making her reconsider maybe she does want to work with Sage and Joanne, which
Yep.
is kind of wild. But and this is where it might get dicey. Sage told even tells Savannah that Shannon told about Rizzo's idol,
Yep.
which Rizzo already knows Sage is who did that. So when notes inevitably get compared at some point, that
That will be
could go
very
sideways.
badly for Sage.
Maybe not, but I could see that going sideways for her pretty easily. That would
Yeah.
because she
I
doesn't
mean,
know they told on her.
in some players it might not, but I think Rizzo and Savannah and Sophie are too smart for that.
Yeah, and so, ooh, lost my notes for a second. We then have another boat come to camp. Two boats in one episode,
Yeah.
and it drops off this like treasure chest with a lock on it, and everyone gets a key to try and unlock whatever is inside of it.
And they
And
are playing for advantage.
yeah, whoever unlocks it gets the advantage inside. This was kind of fun. I don't remember
This was
seeing
really
this
fun.
before.
Kind of like the final six challenge that they do, but earlier in the game with more people.
Yeah, this was fun. I don't remember seeing this before.
Yeah. I'm not definitely not at this point, but I really liked where they added it in.
Yeah, and Sage ends up getting it. She gets an advantage in the next challenge.
She does. And it's a pretty big advantage.
Yeah, so do you want to head into the challenge?
Sure. So, with Sage's advantage, what they have, she will, so effectively, so just to go
Well,
back.
hold on. Before we get into the challenge itself and the advantage,
Yeah.
Ropes tells us you aren't in tribes of 11 anymore. You're 11 people entering the next phase of the game, which means you have merged.
No in the mooch.
You were right. We're not going to do this stupid new era thing of, oh, you're all one group now, but you aren't merged. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I was
literally what
right.
merge means.
And notice though that the challenge is basically the exact same Earn the Merge challenge of 41 and 42. So
Yeah.
clearly they were going to do Earn the Merge, and the Secret decided to take a page out of that playbook and cancel it.
I don't know. I still like.
Well, they have one less person on day 13.
They do, but I could see them having this pre-planned that they do it normally still, and
It's
just mix it up.
possible. I highly doubt it.
But
I think that they were meant to merge. Like Jeff said, that everything was planned by the days before the game started, and they were meant to merge on day 13, but now they're merging with 11 instead of 12, which is why they're not doing in the merge. And it's also why everybody in this episode and moving on has at least made the jury, unless they're sitting in the final three.
but I don't know if I feel like merge might be like the swaps are, where they're pre-planned and set in stone, whether
Yeah,
there's one tribe gets decimated or medevacs or what.
but that's what I'm saying. There would have been, if it wasn't for Jake leaving, one more person here. There would have been an equal number, 6 and 6, to go into this earn the merge type challenge.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had somebody earn an advantage in order to break off and skip part of the challenge, and we would have had someone get voted out this week who's now not on the jury.
See, I'm not convinced. I think they probably had a regular merge plan the whole time. It's just minus one person.
Interesting.
But
Well,
we
until Jeff says something, we'll probably never agree, but
yeah, we still have to earn the merge meal, which is not my preference. I miss when the
yeah.
merge meal was just at camp when everyone arrived at merge camp. But I'm
Yeah.
okay with it if it means we get
I
rid of
was
the other stupid earned
Before we
merge.
filmed this, I was just rewatching prior to an upcoming trip I have the merge episode in Korong, and I'm like, it's so nice to just see the entire tribe having the merge feast.
Yeah. So the way this works, the first challenge is there's two of them, and Sage's advantage is she gets to skip the first one and go straight to the second one, which
Yeah.
is kind of why I think this was pre-planned the whole time because they had that advantage ready to go.
See, I think the advantage is added in because of the numbers.
I think the advantage was already going to be there anyway. It's just minus a person, is my opinion. But the teams
But
that compete in the
then you would have had to have two winners if it wasn't for, like, if you have an equal 6 and 6, you can't have one person sit out and skip the first level.
I mean, that makes sense. I just know how they work with their schedule and like
Yeah.
swaps and advantages, like when advantages come in. Now, idols are different. Those come in when someone plays them, but like production advantages like this it's all pre-planned out. And once the game starts, it's set.
I won't say anything about what the Sui fans say when it comes to things being pre-planned.
About the what?
About anything being pre-planned,
Oh, well, yeah. But that's
because I know there's some people out there that are getting really worked up over this conversation.
well, there's also people out there that think they would put an idol right under where Ben was sleeping,
They
only
didn't.
for him to find and rigged it for him.
They
So,
didn't.
I mean, it's an incredibly easy find. It's the easiest I've ever found, but I don't believe they rig it for player
I
for
don't think
specific.
they. I don't think they rig it for specific players, but I'm much more of a conspiracy theorist on the Ben win than on the Sui elimination in Micronesia.
The thing with the Ben one is if they rigged it for him, that opens them up to legal liability from other players, I feel like.
Yeah.
So no, there's no
But
way
other
to do
players
that.
could have found it that easily too. It was just a really poorly designed idol.
Yeah. But the way this first challenge works is teams dig a giant boulder ball out of a sand pit and they push it over an obstacle, then over another obstacle, and then someone goes and they chop a rope and you keep pushing the boulder ball up to this wall and you climb up the top of it onto the platform where your team then assembles a giant survivor word puzzle that's shaped like a honeycomb.
Yeah.
And so the yellow team wins that. They get the merge reward. They go on to the second challenge. And the second challenge is a classic challenge. You stand on a narrow beam, balancing a ball on a disc, and at specific intervals, you move further down the beam, and your hands move further down the pole that's holding the ball.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun.
And Sophie with an E, Sophie S, wins individual immunity.
Sophie with an E is on this season.
I learned that the past couple weeks.
Same.
And so,
Hopefully, now that she's won an immunity, we get to see her more as part of the show.
yeah. And so Sophie with an E wins immunity. We go back to camp, and MC finally finds the map that
Yep,
she's been needing since she's going to tribal now.
she does, which it doesn't affect her that it's taken this long because you can only do it when you lose, and she never lost.
Yeah.
Until I guess today, because technically only if you have individual immunity did you win. Everyone else lost.
Yeah.
But therefore, that means that she can go find her idol that she is short on for a few days. And MC gives a really interesting confessional here. Because after she finds the idol, she says, now that I have the idol, I have to figure out when I need to play this. And I immediately looked at the screen and said, in an hour.
But she ended up not needing it.
So what? The fact is, she probably could have needed it.
She received 0 votes, I'm pretty sure.
I know, but things change all the time in this game.
Yeah, you just have to know the game. Because there's
Yeah.
no use in playing an idol just because you have it if you're not in danger.
But you can
That's
go
just
find
wasted.
another one tomorrow, like Russell Hance.
Well, yes, but that's unlikely.
Mm. With
Finding
how
them is
quickly
hard.
the play ones go back in the game, I think it's pretty easy. You can find one like Ben every episode.
Yeah, but people like a Ben or a Tony or a Russell that find multiple of them are so rare.
Yeah.
I
Usually
feel
because
like
they don't come back into play because people are holding on to them in their bags until they get voted out with one in their pocket.
don't be so cautious where you go home with it like everyone on 46.
Yeah.
But you don't need to play it just because you have it. Wait till you feel like you needed it. If
I
you feel
think
like
there
you're
was
not in trouble, hold on to it. There's nothing wrong with that.
if I was playing in MC's position, I'd be saying there's a 25% chance I'm going home tonight, and in that case, I need to play it.
At least it's not one of these like, oh, we have 12 people, but the yellow tribe won the first challenge, so you can't vote for any of them, but they're
Yeah,
still voting.
yeah, absolutely.
Like everyone but Sophie with an E is eligible, which I also love. Other than like pretending that they're not merged when they are, we got rid of the like half the group has immunity thing.
Yeah, we did.
So love that. Which they still could have done. They could have said you're merged, but half the group is immune, and it wouldn't have surprised me.
Yeah.
But MC does find the idol. Savannah catches her looking for it and finding it, and tries to get the keys before MC does. Which
It's
good
smart, but
good for the hustle, but you missed out.
yeah.
So and and this is where it will give some credit to your argument that she was in danger. We see Uli talking about wanting to try and flush that and make her paranoid,
Yeah.
which she doesn't. So, which is good. There's people that want to get rid of your idol and you didn't give it to him and you didn't go home. So good for her. This old Uli alliance decides to say MC is the target but vote for Steven. But Joanne tells us he's not voting for Steven. He's in the bottoms up alliance with Steven and Sage.
That's right.
And like Savannah's been so good at reading the game so far. She's so smart. It's wild to me that she's bought in so much to this story that Sage and Joanne are selling that isn't true.
It's true. And that's costing her in the game, at least at this point.
Like I think she'll recover and she'll probably figure it out with hey, these votes didn't go the way they were supposed to. Someone's lying,
Yeah.
and those two will be figured out. But for one tribal at least, man, Savannah got fooled in a way that we haven't seen before.
Very true.
And so Do you have any notes, more notes before we get to tribal?
Um, Not really.
Yeah.
Really interesting tribal though. A
Fun
lot of
having so
surprised
many
people.
people.
Yeah,
There was some good discussion this tribal. I enjoyed it.
there was.
I was glad MC didn't waste her idol. I said she didn't get any votes. Now I'm questioning that. I need to look it up. But do you have any like specific thoughts or notes from tribal?
um, the fact that the person who was voted out makes Nate makes that next week will probably be everybody on their toes
Yeah.
because I don't think at least Savannah, Rizzo, Sophie thought that that was going to happen.
Yeah. Savannah Rizzo. There was four votes against Steven. It was Nate, Steven, Savannah, and Sophie without an E. That
Yeah,
Wikipedia is just listing as Soph now.
which
So I
apparently Sophie with an I is not happy about being called Soph.
really I missed that.
She's on Instagram said I didn't choose it. I didn't like the nickname, but I'm stuck with it. Something along those lines.
Well, I'm gonna keep saying with an E and without an E because that's what I've been doing all season. And it was pointed out to me by someone, by a good friend of mine that enjoys correcting me every chance he gets. That
I'm
it
guessing this is a reality realm co-host on Roundtable Talk and Pit Stop House.
Yes, but not while we were recording, I think. That might have been. We started talking Survivor at the end of the last pit stop pound. But he's like, it would be a lot easier to just say with an E and with an I than with an E and without an E. I'm going
Yeah,
to keep saying without an E just for the sake of it.
I have a theory behind that.
Okay?
Well, I'll mention it after because I might be wrong.
All right. Well, and also, as I said, yes, I could say with an E and with an I. They both have I's in their name, technically.
Yeah,
So. But he's right. It would be simpler, but I'm not one to take the simple path always.
yeah,
So, yeah, this was a fun episode, Nate.
it was.
I appreciate the person on either Twitter or Survivor Fan Jury that said if they were Nate, they would have like threatened the geeks and nerds on there with like Marvel stuff and like, oh, I won't put this out or oh, I'll make this happen if you vote me out,
Yeah,
which he doesn't have the power to do, but that made me laugh.
that's true.
So yeah, so a line blindside. This is a bit of a shorter episode than we normally do, but they're just it, this season's been predictable.
Yeah, it has been so far, but I mean, 48 was predictable until it wasn't. And then it became an amazing season in the past last six episodes.
Hey, the people I was rooting for were in power in 48, so I didn't mind that they were
But
doing
did
well.
they win?
No, and I'm okay with that. But everyone was complaining that the same people were in power the whole season. I'm like, yes, but it's who I'm rooting for, so I'm okay with it.
Fair enough.
I was never on the like 48 is boring and terrible train because I came in wanting to see Eva do well. So,
Yeah,
but it's not so much even predictable because predictable can still be interesting. This season just feels so straightforward.
yeah,
Like almost every tribal, this one less so, but we've gone in pretty much knowing who's gonna go. They don't even throw us like a fake, oh, this might happen edit.
yeah, exactly.
And I've got the votes on Wikipedia pulled up still. The vote
I have
we
them
haven't
too
had
right
a
here.
Matt's the closest vote we've had. He was 4-2-1. Our votes have been 5-1, 4-1, evacuated, 2-0, 4-2-1, 5-1, 3-1, and now 7-4. We're not getting close votes either. Like everything's just very cut and dry, it feels like.
Yeah,
So again, you and our audience knows that I am not always the biggest proponent of the people of Survivor Twitter, but one of them said the pre-merge of this season could have been an email, like the old saying,
Yeah,
this meeting. And looking at it and thinking that's not entirely wrong.
yeah.
This pre-merge feels like one of those meetings that could have been an email, but oh well.
Oh well,
It's still our show and it's still incredible and fun to talk about and watch. So,
that is true.
and Bryson Wen with me and Kevin going is next week, so that'll be
Oh, that'll
fun.
be fun.
Andrea's going to be there.
Nice.
So,
I have met Andrea on Zoom before.
nice. I listened to her on when Kelly Nalbandian and Michelle were briefly doing a podcast.
Nice. Yeah.
So, but a line blindside first boot. Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
Sure. I am going to give you one merge boot from each era of the show.
Oh boy.
So your options are from Survivor Palau, Kobe Ocha,
Oh gee.
from Survivor Philippines, OC Santa and from Survivor 48, Charity Nelms.
Charity went home at the episode Kevin and I were in Chicago for.
Ah, nice.
So that's cool. I'm going to first boot Kobe. I just don't see us getting along super well from what I remember, but I haven't watched that season in a while. I'm gonna align with RC. She seems like she'd be fun to work with as long as I don't get tricked into betraying her.
Yeah.
Watch the Abby Maria arrives at Ponderosa video on YouTube if you want to see how deep that little skirmish went that Pete sowed the seeds of, because that went pretty deep. You learn, but which leaves me to blindside Charity because she's the only one left.
Nice. I am going to. I'm going to do different than you. I'm going to align with Kobe. I think he and I would work very well together. I've talked to him a bit on Twitter back when I had Twitter. I'm going to also blindside Charity, and I'm going to first boot OC.
Nice.
I think OC might be the best fit in this group to do a final.
Have you watched that video I was talking about though, of like her and Abby when Abby and Maria arrives at Ponderosa? One of the, like more surprising Ponderosa videos I watched a couple years ago when I went on a kick of watching a ton of those. That and the Kagion Ponderosa video when Cass shows up and just nobody says anything to her.
Yeah.
I miss those. I miss those videos they used to make of like people's reactions to people arriving at Ponderosa. Oh
yeah.
I lost you for a second. What'd you say? Oh, you're still.
I said I don't know what happened in 41.
I don't know.
Oh, am I there?
Yeah, you're there now. I feel like we got some sort of Ponderosa video in 41 because like Ricard and people made a big deal about Ricard and Shan not really talking to each other at Ponderosa, I feel like.
Yeah, but there was something that happened between the two of them that made CBS not show them anymore.
Which is disappointing because we've got some really great, really raw human emotions in those like Ponderosa reactions. So bring that back for 50.
Yeah, I agree.
That should have been one of the like fan votes is should we do Ponderosa reaction video?
Yeah. Oh, one last thing I didn't mention. You mentioned 50. This is a great point. Something happens in this episode we need to talk about. What was your thoughts on Jeff throwing the little 50 carrot into the players at the immunity challenge?
I don't know how I feel about it. Like it's cool. I
I
assume
didn't
it's
like it
kind
at
of cool
all.
for the players there, but it feels like an advertisement within the show.
See, what I felt is that it was almost a potential take of, do I want to play to win, or do I want to play the game that get on 50?
Which is, you get a lot of those people with the other show you cover, the challenge of,
Yeah,
I'm coming on here to become a regular and be a TV star rather than trying to win the game.
exactly. But the only difference is in the challenge, so many people come back that you go, I can win the game next year or in 2 years if I'm allowed to keep being called, but my chance of winning it as a rookie is effectively none.
Or
In
you get,
Survivor, your chance of winning it as a rookie is, depending on the season, either 100% or 90%.
or you get people like Amanda Garcia that I like can just keep coming back, keep getting paid by
Yeah,
starting drama and stirring stuff up.
yeah,
With
exactly.
the challenge, like you don't have to do well or go deep in the game to get invited back. If you stir up drama and controversy and conflict, they'll bring you back.
Yeah, exactly. It's a it's a different world. One show's on CBS, one show's on MTV for a reason.
Yeah. It's just
You,
you talking about, are they playing to win Survivor or playing to make it to 50? That's what came to my
yeah,
mind.
it's just on Survivor. The whole show is about strategy.
Yeah.
You're not getting pissed drunk, passing out, hooking up, or starting fights. I mean, sometimes people are starting fights on Survivor. Usually, it's Sandra and Johnny Fairplay.
Ledge or Sandra and JT. But
Yeah,
technically, Sandra started a fight between JT and Michaela. She was not involved in that fight. But
yeah. Or Robin Lex.
also, you Amazing Race right now is doing a season of Big Brother people.
Yeah,
MTV, CBS, owned by the same company. Let's do a Survivor season of people from MTV shows.
that would be amazing.
They're crazy enough when they're getting like in house conditions. When they start getting the like sleep deprived mental deterioration of being
Um,
starved on
off
an island, they're gonna get crazier.
off season. Do you want to bring TT on here and we can cast that for fun?
Sure.
Why not?
But dude, imagine how crazy TV people would get with no food and just the mental deterioration.
Yeah,
It'd be wild.
that would be.
So you, in honor of Sophie with an E and Sophie without an E, I'm glad you said she didn't like being called Soph because I was probably going to start doing that. But
Yeah, she said that online.
so I'm going to stick to my guns.
Fair. Anyway, that was a
Um,
great episode. Anything you want to add, Bruce?
yeah, I have three names I was going to give you.
Oh, I thought you gave me mine already. Oh my God, sorry, I changed the discussion. Go
Oh, you're
ahead.
fine. I've done that to you too. Um, I'm thinking. So your thing is going to be people who were on a season with someone that has the same name as them.
Okay.
And so you have, let's say, Sophie without an E. Let's say Kelly Wigglesworth on Cambodia. And let's go to one of your very favorite seasons in the world, Nicaragua.
Oh God.
And you get Kelly Shin.
Okay. Interesting. I thought I might go there because there was one player that I liked on Nicaragua, but it was other Kelly.
I like
Um,
Brenda most on Nicaragua.
yeah. I
She's
am
better on
going.
Nicaragua than she is on Caramoan, but I still like her on Caramoan.
I am going to first boot Kelly Shin, otherwise known as Purple Kelly.
Yeah.
Um, we didn't see anything from her. She was production screwed and quit. What else can I do? I am going to blindsides Sophie with an I. She's playing a very good game. We'll see where that goes. But like, I'm looking at maybe somebody like Alex thinking that Sophie with an I betrayed them in the next episode or two. And that leaves me to align with Kelly Wigglesworth, who I've dating way back to when I was young. I always thought was a very good player. She played amazing in Borneo. Cambodia was not the same level of game, but I think it affected Kelly a little more than some people because, like, if you hear Wigglesworth talk about it, she never seen her own season, let alone the 30 seasons in between. She doesn't own a TV.
That's wild.
So I don't. In Borneo, Kelly Wigglesworth not knew, but invented the game as it went along with her alliance, Rich, Rudy, and Sue. The four of them really created Survivor as we know it today. In contrast, Survivor evolved for 18 years by the time we got to Cambodia, and Kelly Wigglesworth didn't know any of it.
Yeah.
So that's not her fault that she was a little behind in the whole game. She was playing Season 1 Survivor in Season 31.
Yeah.
Which I still think she would be a very good ally, especially now that she does at least know how the game has evolved. Put her on New Era Survivor and we might see the totally same thing, but hey.
Yes, but has she watched the 31 and now is the question. Because if not, you're going to get the same problem.
Yeah, that's the shot in the dark. Literally shot in the dark, since we're talking about New Era Survivor.
I forgot about Shot in the Dark. We haven't heard that reference very much this season.
That's true. We've heard it a little bit. They have it, but
yeah.
I guess the votes have just been on such small tribes that who's going to use Shot in the Dark when all they need to do is convince one person to vote with them to at least go to fire?
Yeah. I am going to align myself with Sophie B, aka Blue Sophie, because some of the players were going by original tribe color, aka Sophie with an I, aka Sophie without an E. Many names. I think she's probably the strongest player of these three right now. Because, like you said, if Kelly Wigglesworth was great her first season. First booting purple Kelly, by the way. There's just nothing to go off of there. I don't trust it. But Kelly Wigglesworth was great her first season. She came back and the game had passed her by. I don't have a ton of reason to think this would be different. The game has changed again since 31. So
yeah.
This was a fun episode.
This was. Anyway, that really enjoyed this. We'll be back for 3 more weeks until I go away, so there's still a few more episodes that I'm here for. And grab your torches and head back to camp.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.